One of the coolest things about living in a van is the ability to change your location pretty much whenever you want. If you end up waking up and saying, you know what, I don't really like this location that much, there's nothing that prevents you from switching locations. And switching locations is just a simple matter of getting in your car, starting it up, and driving. Since I don't feel like spending my weekend here sitting in the Walmart parking lot, I think I want to head towards more scenic views today. One moment, you're in the middle of a Walmart parking lot. And the next moment, you're heading off to somewhere better. The choice is yours, whether you continue to stay in an urban area with the city and explore the stores, the sights and sounds of civilization, or if you prefer to head out towards a more serene location. In my case today, I'm going to be heading beachside. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to the beach. The last time I was at the beach was to catch the sand fleas, which I still haven't given up on. I may make a second attempt at catching and cooking those sand fleas and getting them to taste better without leaving an aftertaste. Although that first time really, I think about it and it's kind of, But I still want to try making sand flea popcorn, or popcorn sand fleas, to see what they taste like. Although I don't think I'll be doing that today. I am planning on heading to the beach side just to walk and talk on the beach and maybe do a talking head episode, as well as clean out my vehicle and do another tour. Maybe a review and tour to show the changes that have occurred to Little Blue, and to talk about the vehicle and the build to people who are new to the channel, just to explain how things were put together and why, and how they could, possibly use some of these ideas in their own vehicles. So stay tuned for those episodes. They should be pretty interesting. Meanwhile, I'll continue my drive and focus on driving for now. Before we head over to the beach side, I thought viewers might enjoy visiting historic downtown Melbourne. This is a location we've shot at before. Specifically, I'm going to be heading to, I think it's called Cranes Creek? No, Cranes Creek Promenade? We'll find out. But this is historic downtown Melbourne, which is not really much. It's just a couple blocks. Mostly restaurants, some shops. The post office, I actually used to work there. And doctors, I guess, eye doctors. There's a Henniker Center here, I think, where they do some like local plays, like, and stuff for kids. Lots of artists and craftsmen type people hang out around here. It is Saturday, so I think the people are out walking around and doing things, although there appears to be a new construction here. This is the Henniker Center, I think. It used to be the old Melbourne High School, and it looks like they're putting up a whole new building. I don't know what this is, but it's a very big building they're putting up. And it looks like they've been painting the buildings. I'm going to go ahead and turn down this road to try to hit the back road here, because what we want isn't downtown Melbourne. What we want is this park down here that runs next to the canal, I guess. Maybe it's a river. I'm not even quite sure what this river is, or this canal. I think it's a river. But we're going down Melbourne Avenue. As soon as I get a clearance here. Looks like we are clear. There's a little park here that you can pull over, and it's got like some manatee statues. See, some people have pulled over. Holmes Park. You can have a little picnic here. I don't think they have electrical outlets here, but the place we want specifically is right here. There's a railroad track with a railroad bridge, a railway bridge, and then there's a little parking here on the side. Sometimes you actually see me out here parked and just kind of napping out here. But people fish, and the homeless also hang out around here. But people do fish. I have come out here before to film as well as nap. But this is actually a very restful spot where you could actually just sit out here. Let me get out of the car just to show you what it looks like for those of you who are new to the channel and have never seen this place before. This place is actually Crane Creek Promenade. It is the manatee observation area, and basically you can come out here to fish, and sometimes you can see manatees. Ooh, there. Did you see the pelicans dive in? That does not look like a pelican. That's a seagull. But you can see that people fish out here under the bridge over there, as well as kayak through here. Sometimes you'll see kayakers come through. I'm not sure what this waterway is called. And there is something right there. Do you see the ridge? That may be manatees. I don't know if you can see the ridge right there. It's either dolphins or manatees. There's something big under there. And now I don't know where it went. I think it went under that way. But for a while right there was something big under there. Sometimes you'll see dolphins out here too. We saw that one dolphin in distress, but I think some people were coming to help it. And we've seen manatees here a couple times. The water is kind of murky and dirty right now. Used to be somewhat clear, but lately it's been really bad. I think from all the runoff from people putting fertilizer in their yards. Look how big the pelican is. It's a lot bigger than people think. I think his wingspan's probably over 5 or 6 feet. I'm going to go ahead and continue on my journey, but just wanted to point out this park. Wow, did you see that? Pelican is fishing. But back to blue we go, and onward towards our destination. As I get ready to leave, I'm looking at that boat over there, and I think someone's actually living on that boat. They might just be parked out there and are just living right here in this area. Take a little skiff or something and come onto the shore right here, and you've got access to downtown Melbourne. So this is the marina. There is a boat launch right here, which viewers who are astute might know that you've been here before with me. This is where I did my first test with Hannah, the Pontiac, Montana, where I spent the night down by the river. This is I think it's Banana River. This big river right here. I think it's the Banana River. So this is the boat launch area where I came by and spent my first night in Hannah, the Pontiac, Montana, when I was testing her out and testing the homemade air conditioning system. You can also fish here, which some people do. A lot of people bring their boats here to launch them. And what we're getting ready to do is go over that big bridge right there that's called the Melbourne Causeway. It's located on US 192. And we'll be taking that to cross over to the beach side. All right. Getting ready to go over the causeway. I thought you guys might enjoy the ride with me over the causeway itself. You can see that's one side of the bridge. And the bridge is coming up, for those of you who aren't familiar with Florida. We have a lot of these bridges. They're called causeways, and they connect the mainland of Florida to what's known as the Barrier Islands. If you look at a close-up map of Florida along the coast, both the east and the west coast of Florida, you're going to notice all these little islands. They're strings of islands along the coast. Those are called the Barrier Islands. And Florida has a whole bunch of them on the east on the east coast of Florida and the west coast. Florida has an east and a west coast. The east coast connects to the Atlantic Ocean, and the west coast is the Gulf of Mexico. Just thought you guys might like an overview here of the Barrier Islands there. You can see they built up a bunch of giant condos and hotels, and some million-dollar mansions there right along the riverfront. People come here to go exercising. They jog, they walk, they run. That is police right there. Trying to catch any speeders. And we are now... we're still not on yet. We're still on the causeway, believe it or not. They built up this dirt area. Once we cross this last little tiny bridge, we will connect to the Barrier Islands. Going to be in what's known as Melbourne Beach. What's interesting is Melbourne Beach, actually I think this is the city of Indian Atlantic. I think this is Indian Atlantic Beach. Yeah, this is Indian Atlantic, by the sea. So this side right here is Indian Atlantic, but if you go up the road that way a little bit to the right, that's Melbourne Beach at the next intersection. So this is the city of Indian Atlantic, and it is the end of US 192 where a lot of tourists find themselves when they come from Orlando. At the end of US 192 is the city of Indian Atlantic, or the town of Indian Atlantic. And you can see they've got like a lot of food places here, as well as some touristy stores here with beachwear and all sorts of other items for sale, mostly for tourists. Now, if you go straight through this road, you actually do get beach access. There's some metered parking along this whole side right here, as well as over there on that side. You can pull in and pay quarters to park unless they upgraded it. I haven't been here so long. But this is the beach that I came to with Walter during the hurricane. We came out here to look at the surf and see how high it was. It is right at the end of US 192. And this major road running across here is called State Road A1A, and it's a major road in Florida. It almost runs the entire length of the east coast of Florida. You know, parts of it merge with US 1, and it kind of stops, I think it stops at the end, you know, like when you hit like the tip of Florida, or maybe Miami. It might stop at Miami. I'm not 100% sure. No, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes all the way to Key West. I know US 1 goes to Key West. I don't know if they consider US 1 and A1A having merged at that point. I'd have to look at a map and see what they consider it. But this is the end right here of Indian Atlantic, which is Indian Atlantic Beach. And this is the parking that I was talking about. Surprisingly, still quite a few slots open. A lot of people aren't at the beach today. It is kind of cool. But they do have a nice little picnic area. Lots of cheap little hotels. Actually, they're not too cheap because they're beachside, but not too bad. And here we are at our destination. Yeah, notice it says Paradise Boulevard. We are at Howard E. Futch Also known, I guess this is a Howard E. Futch park, but this beach is known as Paradise Beach, and it is our destination. I'm actually not going to be staying here. Just here to eat, just to park and eat real quick, and talk to you guys. Maybe we'll go for a walk. I might go for a walk on Paradise Beach. The sand here is really soft, really, really nice and soft, and you can see a lot of people did show up at Paradise. There's a spot right here, which I may take if I can't get a better one back here. But beach access, for the most part around this area, is free. If you end up in the, I'm gonna park right here by the tree here. Let me pause the camera for a moment. All right, so here we are, parked in the shade at Paradise Beach. Who could ask for anything more? I hope you'll pardon the mess inside my van right now. I am in process of cleaning it out. But as you can see, I have some fresh cooked rice, which I did make on my drive here. I know I didn't tell you guys that, but see, the steam. I had it cooking on the inverter cooking system while I was driving here. And I'll be eating it with this right here. The Walmart rotisserie chicken. So the plan is to eat some rotisserie chicken, which is already pre-cooked. And I got it on sale for $3.74 with some rice, and I'm going to be making some pepper sauce. I don't know if you guys want to see me eat that, but maybe I'll film just a little episode with it for those of you who enjoy me eating food that it's the same stuff over and over, because it's generally what I make and what I eat. So until next time, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Just wanted to point out, I think one of the biggest benefits to living in a van is this: the ability to change your scenery. Now, it was probably less than 30 minutes ago I was sitting at a Walmart parking lot, which is kind of depressing. Can be, if that's where you spend your whole day. So I don't recommend hanging out at Walmart all day long, okay? If you live in a van or are traveling in a van, Walmart might be okay for a quick stop to sleep. If you don't know where else to go, if you don't have any place that you know of where you can safely park, Walmart is a safety net. But if you have the ability to choose a better location, you might want to do that. And even if you wake up at Walmart, nothing says you have to stay there all day. Look around, Google Map local parks and things that you can go to. And if you're on the beach side, you're in an area where there's beach access, get to the beach, get out, get in nature. I mean, that's the whole point of being in a van. So take advantage of that. I've got my van with me. It's kind of a mess in here right now, but I'm going to try to clean it out a little bit and do a nice updated van tour. It is a big advantage, being able to relocate on a whim and take everything with you. So, my whole house is basically with me here 30 minutes later on the beach side. Until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. For those of you up north, I do feel for you. But I'm going to take advantage of my own situation and go for a walk on the beach. Take care now, everyone.